sometimes in your coaching group, someone will ask a question, like thinking and considering question. It's like, want to make this decision. I want to hire this person to do this, or I want to switch CRMs, or I want to make this change in my business, but I really need to like look at my options and marinate over it and really kind of like consider all the possible outcomes before I act. Yep. And your response is always kind of act, just do it, just make the decision. Mm-hmm. Every moment you wait is like a moment when you could have been moving. And I think that it can sometimes feel or sound like that's tough love, or that's dismissive, or that's, but I have to consider it. But it's so funny because it comes from that place. You're breathing really heavy into the microphone.
I'm sorry.
Really frequently.
I'm just got a lot
Maybe
on me.
It's just in my
Keep going. I am probably breathing heavy. Everyone, I'm sorry. I'm a heavy breather sometimes.
Anyway, I think it comes from a place of knowing that if you act and you get to that next step and you take that step forward, then you're not going to be in this trench that you're in that's making you consider this and making you make this decision. Like if you're feeling like you need to hire your first administrative person and you ruminate over that for 6 months, you should have done that 6 months ago. You don't have to have it perfect. I think that goes back to something we talked about, like waiting for things to be perfect before you do it. Really break down that one piece, because I know a lot of people wait a long time. You're not going to necessarily feel like I've got money in the bank to pay this person, or I have all of my systems in place. All of these things, like you just need to do it.
That's the deal. The difference between people who really get somewhere and, maybe not going as fast and things feeling like they take forever is typically those people who make a ton of progression. If you look at what they did, they made decisions fast and they stuck with them and they ran. They knew the only option was moving forward. And there's so much of this where I see where people think about a decision forever. And I'm not knocking the situation by any means, but just as simple as thinking about like, hey, I'm going to talk about getting a new CRM in place. What is that CRM? Obviously great to do your due diligence, and I tell everyone that we've always used Service Autopilot, and still the one that's the best is the one that you actually use. A lot of them could probably be purposed really great, well to run your business, but you've got to start going in it. You've got to get into it and get rolling. And that's how so many decisions are CRM, or like right now I'm looking at like training software. Like I'm going to just look really quick, and if I like it, I'm just going to go with it, because it's like I can always change. Yeah. I can always move to the next thing, and like hiring someone, like you can always change, but you can't get back the time where you just thought about it for a long time. Make a decision, go in that direction. If you find out it's wrong, you can always keep making decisions.
Exactly.
And I've seen this with employees at times too. This has always been a frustration. I've seen a lot of situations where I could have made the wrong decision 12 times and still got through the process faster. And what I learned by that 12 times, rather than waiting for perfection and then doing the exact right thing, what I learned in that 12 times is like the Thomas Edison light bulb story. I learned 12 ways to not fucking do it. So now I've got all this education that it's
very valuable.
I would never had before. So one person got it right on the first try, took a lot longer. I fucked up a shit ton. Learned a lot of things not to do that in the future I can be like, no, let's not do that. I can try some other random new stuff. And that's how I really truly feel like I learn stuff really fast. Just keep slamming mud into the wall and scraping off the stuff that doesn't work and chalk that up to the don't do that pile, and then keep piling up the pile of stuff that's gold.